Okay, welcome everyone. Welcome back to the training. Again, this is Carol Douthitt from Indiana, and tonight is the Internet Marketing Certification course. This is actually week 6, and I'm so excited to bring you this segment of the training because we're going to reveal a new funnel, a brand new funnel that I just created for the team, and also walk you through step-by-step a free Facebook strategy. And this is the same Facebook strategy that people on the Exodus team have made. I've seen make over $60,000 using this free, simple system in Facebook. So we're going to go ahead and just get right into the training. Okay, being persistent is the key to success. And for proof of that, every cartoon that Charles Schulz, the creator of the comic strip Peanuts, submitted to the yearbook staff at his high school was rejected. Now, can you imagine if he would have quit? You know, I mean, just think of all the hours and hours and hours of joy that he's brought to, many children as well as adults. I can remember when I was a kid being glued to the Charlie Brown series, the Great Pumpkin and the Charlie Brown Christmas, just, really iconic cartoons from that era, and still people get so much enjoyment out of it. But just think of if he quit, because, the people on the yearbook staff at his high school didn't think he was good enough. So I'm here to tell you that you are good enough. You absolutely are. You have so much value that you don't even have a clue how valuable you are. And so whenever you get discouraged, don't ever stop. Just keep going, because I'm telling you, this stuff works. It works extremely well, and I can't wait for each and every one of you to find success with the program. I was a student of Bob Proctor's several years ago when I was in his 6 Minutes to Success program. And he actually gave us a copy of You Were Born Rich to read, which is one of his very famous books. And for some reason, I downloaded the book but never got around to reading it. And it was actually suggested that in one of the groups I'm in that we read this book just recently. So I pulled it up, dusted it off, from my computer, and started reading it. And oh my gosh, there are so many nuggets in that book. When you work in online business, there are only 2 things you need to find success. One is marketing, and the other one is mindset. And as you're reading this book, I can already tell that I'm going to, read it once through, then go back and read it again and again and again, because there's so many gold nuggets that if you just act on what he says to do, you will find extreme wealth. You can actually download a free copy. I'm going to go ahead and put it here in the, so you can click on it. Let me go ahead and copy it here. I'll put it in the chat box for you, so if you want to copy it now, I will also include it in the notes for this training as well. But anyway, in the book, he also says that every human being has been born rich. It's just that most people are temporarily a little short of money. How true is that for many of us? This book has been written in an attempt to bridge the gap between where you currently are and where you want to be. So definitely make that book a priority in getting your mindset straight for working your business. Okay, just to recap, our core strategies in this course, things we've covered so far, are how to generate leads, how to build your list, how to communicate with prospects by sending those broadcast emails. And we don't have to have our own product because we're actually selling other people's products and services. So you're learning how to be a really good marketer. You're learning how to build a list, which is, generating leads through some of the strategies that we talked about. Now, there are just a few tools that you need in your business. One is a lead capture page. I use lead pages. Some people use ClickFunnels. There are several other software systems out there that you can use to create, really, really good lead pages. But I covered that in the previous training. I actually covered all of these tools in previous trainings. So if you don't understand any of these, I would advise you to go back to those trainings. And then number two is you need an autoresponder system. And this is the most important tool in your business. And I have several, but most people start out with using Aweber. And that is the tool that I teach and use as an example through this training. Now you're going to need a product to sell, and you need a sales page to send them to send your prospects to. And that's the easy part here, because the company or the product that you're promoting, they own that product, and they almost always will provide the sales page for you with your own affiliate link. So we get into writing copy and writing sales letters or any of that stuff, because that's already provided for us. But now once you have all of this in place, you simply need a way to generate traffic to your lead capture page. And traffic is simply getting eyeballs to your website. And those are all of the things that we've covered so far. Now, just to give you an update on Exodus right now, they are going through some changes, some updates, but it's all good. It's all really, really good. I'm so glad that they're actually rolling the price back to the $1,000, because I think that is the perfect price point for a lot of people to get started in a top-tier new business. So they're rolling the price back. I checked the website earlier. The website already reflects the new price of $1,000 for the Genesis product and the $299 admin fee. Now, the Done For You program has been eliminated. They are going to continue with, I believe, generating the leads and using the EVAs to call back some of those leads for those people as well. So they're going to finish up, and I actually think they're because of the glitches that and the challenges that they've had with the Done For You program, they're actually going to generate more leads for you than they said they would. So they're going to be phasing that out, but you could still see some sales from that as they continue to finalize that program. But they're also launching a newer price point, a new product that's coming soon. It's going to be a $200 product, of course a digital product, with a $99 admin fee. So this way, as you're talking to people and they just can't see themselves coming up, with $1,000, they're really so strapped for money. Many of them can be still put in the program or can be able to get started with their new business by coming in at the lower price point, which is going to be the $200 product with the $99 admin fee. We're going to get more information on that. That currently is not available, but all of the current members who are currently a fully paid member with Exodus right now is going to be grandfathered into the lower product as well, so you'll be able to sell that without putting out any more dollars yourself. Okay, now I'm absolutely loving this new news too, because the Shadow Commission project is, the project that with Eric and Paul, and that's why I got started with Exodus in the beginning, because I liked what they were doing with their Facebook strategy on showing people, giving them the ad copy, showing them, how to copy and paste information on their Facebook pages. And they're going to be relaunching here in the next week or so with brand new campaigns, brand new swipe copy, brand new testimonies. They've got testimonies of people, that have made just a couple of $1,000s all the way up to over $100,000 through the summer. So they're going to have those testimonies backing this new launch campaign, and this is going to really put us in a strong position, especially on Facebook, for attracting new people that want to get involved with us. So check the updates in the Facebook group, in the Shadow Commission Project private coaching group. So if you're not a member of that, actually go back and check the welcome email that I sent everyone when they first got started. That link is in there. So now this brings me to what I'm really excited about is today's training, the new funnel and the free Facebook strategy that I'm going to get into in greater detail here. Here is the beginning of the new marketing funnel that I've been working on for the past couple of weeks. It's actually a simple ebook that I put together, and it's called Top Tier Secrets: How I Went from Earning $1,000 to $60,000 a month online. Now, this book is it is actually has some really good information. All of the information that I'm teaching you in these trainings on, how to set up your home business, tools you absolutely need, and then a couple of secret strategies that I used to go from $1,000 to $60,000 a month, and I lay it all out for everybody in a step-by-step blueprint. And so it's actually not a very a big book. There's only about 25 pages to the book, so it's pretty short and succinct and to the point. So there's not a lot of filler in it. It's just really good, hard-hitting information that people can take the book, put the information into practice, and start making money immediately. Now, when they use the system and the blueprint, they're going to need a product or service to attach this to. And of course, that's where we introduce them to the Exodus Elite program. Now, this book is specifically, it's all written by me, but on the last page is going to be a resource page, and it's going to have some verbiage on there similar to, I haven't actually written that page out yet, but it's going to say something like, if you want to put this system into practice right away, here are some programs and products that I recommend. And on that resource page, we'll have your links to Exodus. If you're in the 4% group, your links for the 4% group could be in there. If you're also doing Techademics, your links for Techademics could be in there as well. So all of these books are going to be coded directly to you on that last page. And you're going to have a separate, everyone's going to have their own separate link for this book so that you can give the book away free up front as kind of like the lead magnet to encourage or entice people to give you their name and email address, because I can guarantee you that people want this information. So here's how this is going to work. You're going to be able to give away free copies of my ebook in exchange for a prospect's email address. Okay, like I said, the resource page in the back of the book is going to have your program link. So everybody's going to have a separate URL, a separate link to download the book that you're going to be able to give to people. Now, the thank you page, we're going to have the lead capture page, again, that's going to be coded to everyone separately. And the thank you page, after they opt in, is going to have a short video of me encouraging them to join you in the top tier business so that they can get started right away, creating their $1,000 incomes. Now, when people click the continue button underneath that short video, it's going to go to your Exodus Elite sales page. So you see how I'm actually cloning this and using it for everyone on my team. So you don't have, maybe the experience where you've made $60,000 a month and maybe, you're just really getting your business going, but you can use my information to help your people get started, to help get new people into the business, and then to help your new people get started as well. Now, like I said, there's going to be a separate list. So we're going to start a new campaign in your Aweber to follow up with these leads, and so that we can also give them the download link for your ebook. So this is going to be a separate campaign in your autoresponder system, in your Aweber. Right now, those of you who do have Aweber, and of course I highly suggest that you do, have an autoresponder system set up. But those that do have a Weber, you already have a campaign in there for Exodus prospects. Well, when people request this ebook, they're going to go into a separate campaign because the first email that comes out to them is going to have your specific link for the download link for the ebook. So, you may not want to use this ebook or this campaign for all of your marketing. So we're going to keep, remember, it's very important that you follow up with broadcast emails to your prospects. And we talked about that in great detail and great length on the last training that I did. So if you don't have a clue what I'm talking about when I'm saying, doing broadcast emails, be sure you go back and rewatch that training. Because 10% of your sales are going to come from doing this type of marketing up front. But 90% of your sales, so the big bulk of your sales, is going to come from you communicating with your list. So you don't have to pick up the phone and call people. I never pick up the phone and make any outbound calls. However, I do include my phone number on the end of all of my autoresponder messages and encourage them to call me if they have any questions. Because usually people that, are going to join a top tier program, something that where they have to pay a lot of money to get started, they're more comfortable if they speak to someone first. And so, I encourage them to call me, and usually it's the same questions. It's like, what do I have to do, and how do I get started? There's simple questions like that you'll be able to answer. So they're not going to ask you about, any kind of marketing strategies or anything. And if they do, you can simply come back with, well, we've got weekly trainings, we've got, private Facebook groups. There's everything that you need to plug into to have success with the business. So anyway, that's how this new funnel is going to work for you. And here is just a screenshot of the new lead capture page that is going to start this funnel off. It says, just released top tier secrets, the secret system ordinary people are using to make extraordinary money online in 30 to 90 days. And then it says, enter your email address to download your free copy now while it's still available. So once people opt in, two things happen. One, they automatically get put in your autoresponder system, and the first email will come out with the download link to your specific ebook. And then they also go to a thank you page. Now, I haven't finished the thank you page yet, so I still don't have a copy of that for you to see. Let me see what I've got next. Okay, but on the thank you page, first of all, it's going to be a short video that I'm going to record, and then underneath the video, it's going to have a full page of testimonies of members who've made anywhere from $3,000 to over $300,000 in any of those three programs that we're marketing. And they've done all this in the past 30 to 90 days with Exodus and Techademics. So we're going to have, the testimonies mixed up there because it's all about top tier businesses. It's all about making big commissions instead of joining a program where you get a $29 or, a $97 commission. We're looking specifically at programs where you can make $500 to $5,000 with one sale. And that's kind of like the secret, the top tier secrets is to actually find a product or service that pays you a big commission. So directly underneath the video, it's going to say, click here to continue. It's also going to have some verbiage, and I'll probably actually say it in the video as well. If you, want to get more information on one of the programs that I and my team members are using to see big commissions, to generate big commissions quickly, click the button below. And when they do that, then it goes to either your Exodus sales page or your Techademics sales page, whichever you need to tell me where you want your marketing to go, so which program you want to market. So this funnel has two custom pages that I need to make for everyone. Actually, there are three links that everyone will get with them. You'll get the opt-in, for the opt-in page that I just showed you. And then you're going to get the video page with the testimonies. These are all going to be coded and branded to you. Plus, you're going to get the link for my branded ebook. So it will say something like wealthtodaybiz.com/TTS and then a hyphen with your name on it or something, for the ebook that you'll be able to give to people. You can give it away anywhere online. But specifically, we'll be able to get a lot of opt-ins when we do solo ads. You can also put, a picture of the book, copy of the book on your Facebook page. Ask me how I made $1,000 today, or ask me how I made $1,000 this week, or, ask me how you can make $1,000 this week. The tagline for Genesis is, ask me how people are making $3,000 to $5,000 in their first month on working an online business. So anything like that, any kind of text like that, you can add with a picture, with a graphic copy of the ebook. Now, for those of you who want to use this funnel, I'm going to create the special lead capture page and set up the funnel for each of my personal members at no cost to you. Okay, now the fee is going to be $97 for members who are not sponsored by me, because I still have a cost involved in getting my assistant to set all this up for you, because it has to be hand coded. I don't have a software that actually creates this. So the first members will be those participating in our team co-ops, because we're going to be using this funnel moving forward. Now, if you are interested in, moving forward using this funnel, here's all I need from you. I need your Aweber login and password. I need your Exodus username, and I need the links you want on the resource page in the book. Okay. I also need to know if if you want the sales page or the thank you page to go to Exodus or to Techademics. Okay. We can actually switch them. And so if you put up a link that's a redirect link that goes to both of those programs, you can actually change that. And I'll talk a little bit about that more in a little bit, but I don't want to confuse you. Okay, so does anybody have any questions about that new funnel? If you have any questions, go ahead and type them in. I'll get those questions answered before I go into the next subject, because the next subject is what I'm also excited to talk about is the free Facebook strategy. So if anybody has any questions at all about what I just talked about with that funnel on how it's going to work, go ahead and type them in. Okay, I don't see anything here. So, okay, hopefully that was pretty clear for you. Okay, so let me take a sip of water and we'll continue. All right. I am also going to be providing this free Facebook strategy in a document. When I send out the recording for this training, there'll also be a PDF with this Facebook strategy. So if you don't want to, so if you just want to pay attention and listen, you don't have to write it down. If you want to take a couple of notes, go ahead, take some short, simple notes, but you're going to be getting all of this after with the recording. So I really want you to pay attention and just kind of understand how this will work for you. Okay, to begin with, there's 10 steps to this, and actually if you do them, if you check them off, you'll make sure that you're following it exactly. So first of all, when you set up your Facebook page, now this is not a marketing page, this is your personal Facebook page. Make sure your profile photo is a photo of you, because people want to connect with people. They don't want to connect, with, something or with a thing or an object, they want to connect with people. They want to see who you are. So in your profile, make sure you have a nice picture of you. Okay, two, make sure your cover photo is nice. It can be a dream place. A lot of people, post beach scenes. It could be, a famous quote. It could be your family, something fun, a hobby that you like to do. But just make sure it looks nice. And I also created another uh, training that actually showed how to create that cover photo as well. All right. Now, when you go into your settings, you want to disable people from posting to your wall. And this is huge because your wall is your home where people see who you are. It's not a billboard for other opportunities. Okay, like I said, this is done in the settings. And for some reason, my settings got changed. I don't know, I must have hit the wrong thing. And so that was off on my Facebook wall. And for an example, somebody was posting about some kind of, sunglasses he was selling. He posted a big ad on my Facebook wall, which made it look like I was advertising these these sunglasses, which of course I was not. So that kind of stuff happens when, people see that your name out there, and they think that a lot of people are visiting your Facebook page as your friend list starts to build. They'll go trolling and they'll see who they can post on. And it's really, a form of Facebook spamming, which you want to stay away from. So it's, excuse me, so it's very important that you do that. Okay. Okay. Then you want to enable the tag view. So make sure the tag view is on. So you want to screen every post you're tagged in for the same reason as number 3. You don't want people using your name to advertise stuff. But you want to be able to tag, you want other people to be able to tag you because that will actually get your name out there more. And then you want to enable your follow button. Some people would like to follow you for a while before they actually friend you because they want to see what you're about. And that's a good thing to have lots of followers. So make sure then your profile is set to public because you want to have, again, your post being seen by as many people as possible. If you only have a couple friends and you post something on Facebook, only those few friends are going to see that. And that's not the idea of posting on Facebook. And don't be apprehensive to post some things on Facebook. When I first joined Facebook, I think it was back in 2008, that's the only reason why I joined Facebook was for business purposes. In fact, none of my family, was on Facebook, and I just did it, to market different things and, do some training and some, refer people to my business, give them information on how they can make money from home, different things related to business and personal development because I'm a big a proponent of personal development. So I always posted a lot of stuff like that on my wall. And then slowly but surely, Facebook started growing and my family started, getting accounts on Facebook. And, they were starting to ask me, because I'm still continuing to post about business stuff. And they're, kind of scratching their head, what is Carol up to? What is she doing? But you know what? I don't care. They just know that I do that now, so it's not a big thing. In fact, they're really curious, and when we get to family gatherings, they'll ask me, what was that about, or what was that about? But and it's fine. It's okay. So don't be apprehensive about posting. And if you have some negative relatives or negative friends, you know what? Just delete them. Press that delete button. You don't need any negativity in your life. And so as people see you continue to post different things, they're actually going to start seeing you as a home business expert, and that's what you want to appear. So you want to, as you get friend requests, you want to screen your friend request. You want to check their profile. for the same reason, 1 through 6 items that I just listed. Remember, those who you approve are the posts that you're going to see in your news feed. So if you see somebody, if you go to their profile first, and they're posting a lot of stuff that you just can't relate to. Maybe it's not. Maybe they're posting a lot of negative stuff. You don't want that on your news feed. So just delete the friend request. They're not going to know that, just because they're just going out there, trying to get friends to their Facebook page, because they think apparently that you were a match for someone who might be a prospect for a program that they're marketing. So who knows, why they friended you? I get friend requests all the time. And sometimes, they'll actually say, because they'll send me a private message and say, it seems like we have a lot of interest, that they like marketing, or they went to an event that I just posted to, and they'd like to stay connected, which is fantastic, because when they post things on their wall, and I'll be able to see that in my news feed, and when I post things on my wall, it will show up in their news feed and their friends' news feeds as well. So that's how the information starts to get out there and starts to go viral, and your name starts getting known. So, number 8 is very important. Value, value, value. Start posting value on your timeline. Something you learned today, you could talk about it, you could teach it. It could be anything insignificant. It could be, something personal development. I just can't for the life of me think why people, have their whole wall flooded with whatever they ate for lunch, dinner, and breakfast. I am not interested in the least. However, if someone makes a fabulous looking dessert, or a really good salad or something like that, I might like the recipe. So if you've got something like that, definitely share. However, don't share other people's, videos or things that are wasting time. You want to make sure that it has value or inspiration, something about lifestyle, vision, what you read or learned. So challenge yourself to do those things. Do not message people with links or post links on influential marketers' pages and walls, because that's just like spamming. So don't go to somebody else that is a big marketer and post on their wall and put your link to Techademics or put your link to Exodus on there. No, no, no. You'll get a bad reputation, and that is spamming. You don't want to do that. You want to provide value, and you want to build relationships. And you want to start posting at least 1 to 3 times a day. Now, just kind of like as an example, I saw this. I didn't know who she was, but there was this young woman. She was a photographer, and apparently she was in one of the businesses I was promoting, and she would, all of a sudden just start leaving little comments on my wall, on my posts. She would like them, or she would just, say, this is nice, or I like this, just simple things. Well, I started remembering her name, and so I would go over to her wall, and then I would also do the same to her when I saw some of her beautiful photography. I would compliment her on it. So, and that's how she actually built a huge, huge following in a relatively short period of time. And now when she posts anything, she's got, 300, 400, or 500 people that make comments, or like her post, because she spent that time, starting that communication with people. And she did that all for free. And, it does take time, but it's time well spent in building your friends list, building so that people know who you are. Okay, and of course you can go ahead and interact with the big leaders on their pages. Like I said, comment and reply to people. You can follow people. Don't friend request them, but just follow them. And also you don't friend request people that you don't like I said, have anything in common with. Just don't go out there and just, click on a bunch of people just to build up your friend request. You have to, really have something in common with them, and know that, that would be a good person in your community to interact with. Um, and another tip is don't do a single action repeatedly. Like, just don't go and just, 30 likes on one page or whatever. You've got to really be conscious of what you're doing, because if you keep doing the same action over and over again, you could be put in what's called Facebook jail, where they actually disable your account for a couple of days to a couple of weeks. I've seen people get disabled for a month because Facebook thinks that they're spamming. So you just got to be, pay attention to what you're doing. And last but not least, every few posts you want to talk about the vision for your business, or post something exciting that is going on and happening now, current events in your home business community. If you stay involved with our Facebook group, or the Facebook groups with the Shadow Commission Project or the 4% group or Techademics, there's all kinds of really good information that's posted there. You can simply copy some of those posts and put them on your Facebook wall. So there's a plethora of information that you can use to post on your wall. So you want to create curiosity, because curiosity creates desire. And there you go. These are your income producing activities. This is all free. You won't pay a dime for this. You're going to either pay for your leads with your time or with your money. Here's one way: if you don't have a lot of money, you can pay for your leads with your time. So don't wait and sit and get discouraged, but take action and make new connections and study people, and your business is going to, take on new heights. I've seen a couple of people in our group, that are proactive in posting Facebook and commenting on Facebook. Charlie and Linda Keeble are great at doing that. They're brand new to Facebook, but I've seen them out there. I've seen their posts. They're connecting with people. They're commenting. So people are understanding and seeing them as being a active person in the community, and so those are the people that when somebody from the outside is looking in, those are the people that other people will connect with and ask questions, because people don't join businesses to buy products. They join well, they do join for the product, but they don't join the company. They join you. They join people. People join people. So you got to get yourself out there. Okay, now this is something that I just found. Actually, it was posted in one of the Facebook groups. I think it was in the Shadow Commission Project. And I absolutely love this resource. I had heard of it before, but somehow I lost the link to it, so I was glad it was there again. This is a way that, when you're on Facebook and you see a lot of those different graphics or pictures with text on it, here's a simple way that you can create your own. Let me copy this and put it in the oops, I have no idea what that is. Okay, here's the link for the meme generator. And then let me go to this site really quickly here. I can figure out how to get all these down. Okay, here. I haven't logged into this. I actually just found it earlier today, and I haven't created an account, but it's free to do. It's absolutely free to do. And if you scroll across the top here, you'll see all these pictures, and I'm sure some of these look very familiar to you. Here's the Yoda. I'm sure you've seen these on people's Facebook walls. Okay, let me go back to this one here. Okay, then you can just hover over it and add your text. Like right in here, let me put, I love getting emails saying, I just made another $1,000. Or you can say something like, ask me how. Ask me how to make it $1,000 this week. Okay? And then you just save it and you can download it. Now, I don't think I can download it because I'm not a member, but this is free to use. There's tons of different photographs, pictures on here that you can all free. You can upload your own image. You see, there's a lot of famous quotes on some beautiful backgrounds. You can actually just download a bunch of those backgrounds and then type the quote in there. I think you can change the color or the size on this. I'm not sure. Yeah, you can change. Well, anyway, you get the idea here. You can play with that. And then you download it, and then when you can actually use that photo as the post. So, get in the habit of, you could create a bunch of those ahead of time, and then you can schedule your posts throughout the day. There's a place on Facebook where you can, schedule your posts. And we'll have more, specific Facebook training on that as well. But here's the deal, you guys. This is why I'm really, really excited about this. Let me get back. Oops. Okay, I can't get back to the... There's something hiding on my screen here that's not allowing me to get back to full screen. Anyway, we talked about earlier that the Shadow Commission Project is coming out with a new campaign. Now, if you start posting now, and then you'll be able to swipe, those images and the text and the testimonies from the new campaigns. And I'm telling you, that is exactly how Sharon Parkinson made over $60,000 over I think it was just a 2-month time frame. Just all she did was copy and paste the information from those campaigns. She would put up her own couple of posts. She would post, personal development, a couple of lines. She would post from books that she was currently reading. So it was all about, you actually got to know who Sharon was from her posts, and people wanted to work with her just from her giving that information. And of course, every time she made a sale, she would go ahead and post that as well, so people would know that it was working. So this is a very simple way for you to get started. Now, the goal is to, first of all, get your 100 subscribers on your list. We talked about that. Many of you actually have, more than 100. Then the second goal would be to get 500 subscribers. And then once you get 1,000 subscribers, you are well on your way to making $1,000. In fact, once you have 1,000 subscribers, you should have made several sales of $1,000 if you're working Exodus. So the goal is to get as many subscribers, quality subscribers, I should stick that word in there, on your list as possible. And we talked about doing that with solo ads, and now we're adding Facebook free strategy. I'm going to be doing some more solo ad training next week because I've got another solo ad provider, a solo ad directory that we can use. So I'm going to keep going over. These last 6 weeks are really just the basics that everyone needs to know to market their business. And I'm going to be going over and over and over again because you learn by repetition. And sometimes the way I say things one time, it doesn't sink in, you don't understand it, but maybe perhaps when I say it in a different way, in a different training, then maybe it will make sense to you then. So I'm going to keep repeating a lot of the same information because this is the stuff you need to see success with your business. Now remember, the number one rule of marketing is to drive all of your traffic to your lead capture page. And the purpose of your marketing is to get that opt-in. You want to get the lead. Now my 6-figure secret, which I talked about on the last call. So week number 5 training is all about broadcast messages. So learn how to start sending those broadcast messages. I'm going to be going over that training again and again and again too. Also, when you see any of my emails, you can copy, it's called swipe copy. Copy any of my emails, and you can use those as your broadcast messages as well. Be sure you change the links because you don't want to be sending my link out to your list. Okay, so be sure you change the links and watch the training on how to do that as well. Remember, 10% of your sales are going to come from the marketing that you do up front, but another 90% are going to be are coming from this follow-up weekly broadcast messages. I would encourage you to start sending broadcast messages at least twice a week to start with. Tuesday and Thursday are the days that I usually send. Sometimes I skip. If I've done a lot of them in a row, sometimes I'll take a break. But I only send emails actually when I have something to say, and there's always so much stuff going on in the business. I've always got something to say, but feel free to, copy and swipe any of the messages that you get from me. Now, even though I have you in a separate autoresponder system, that I email to differently, you're in my client database, so you have joined me in one of my programs. I have not taken you out of the prospect database, and that's for this reason, because I want you to continue to get my swipe emails. So, you can use those swipe emails. So don't think I'm trying to, I didn't take you out because, you're already a client and, I don't want you seeing, what I'm doing, I think that's valuable information to actually continue to see that. Now, if you don't want to see it, that's perfectly fine. I can take you out of that so you're not getting, the emails that tell you to join now or whatever. But you can pretty much tell when you're reading those when I'm, promoting a product or when I'm sending out information to my clients. When I send out information to my clients, I usually have the name of the program in brackets in the subject line first, so that that is directed to clients only. I hope that makes sense. Okay, so create a habit of sending broadcast messages weekly. The best days to send the broadcast are Tuesday and Thursday, and like I said, copy my emails, save them in a swipe folder. You can save them, and you can edit them. I encourage you to edit them. At least change the first line, make it sound like it's coming from you. If I say something like, I spent the day with my grandkids and you don't have grandkids, don't put that in there. And if I say something like, I just had a $10,000 week and you didn't have a $10,000 week, you can say, that my associate, Carol, or a partner that I'm working with in this business just had a $10,000 week, and you can too. So you can, change it and edit it and be truthful in all of your emails. Okay, I think that's all I have for tonight. If anybody has any questions, go ahead and type them in. I'm happy to Just hang on a few more minutes here. Yes, the recording will go out hopefully first thing in the morning. I do need to make those documents and put them up on a link so that you'll be able to, especially the Facebook strategy one, so that you can copy that. The website for the past training, that's a good question. Let me see if I can find that for you, Kate, real quick. Okay, it's a page hidden on my blog, but it's not showing up. It's not coming up here. I'll find that and I'll send that out to you. I'll find that link and I'll send it out. I'll actually send it out in the training as well. So that will be there. And training is always posted on there. Okay. I will find that and get that out to you. Any other questions from tonight, anybody? Okay, well, that's it for this evening. Thanks, everyone. I hope you take some action on what you've learned. Just get in there and start doing the work, and you will see results. I promise you, if you are persistent and consistent, you will see results. Thanks a lot for joining me tonight. We'll talk to y'all soon. Bye for now.